Hey, my name's Coleman. I'm an architectural designer in San Francisco, and I thought I'd just share some tips. Me talking about college, how to be successful, whether you want to land your dream job at the number one company in your profession, or you want to explore some side projects and creativity and entrepreneurship in a completely different field that you're not majoring in. So I thought some of these tips might help you because I wish someone had a no BS way of talking to me about how to progress through college starting in freshman year. These tips also apply no matter what major you're in or whether you're a freshman, grad student, whatever. So, the first tip I want to share is just say yes to as many things as you can. Whether that's saying yes to going to a new club or going to that museum down the street or saying yes to that party. Because if you say yes 10 times in a year, one of those 10 is going to be a snowball effect into leading up to your next greatest achievement, whatever that is, I promise you. For example, for me, I said yes to going to a club trip, and that landed me my first job at Harvard University. It was wild how one thing leads to another. You just don't know which of those 10 yeses is going to be the one. Another tip I want to share is really just try to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And what I mean by that is when you think a class or an elective is hard, go for it. Just try it. When you want to start applying to your dream jobs, apply to them and just go for it. I applied to this crazy architectural firm when I was a sophomore, somehow landed the interview, didn't get the job, didn't have whatsoever. I wasn't even close. They even said, they're like, you have no work experience. And I'm like, I'm just a sophomore. Anyways, what I did learn from that is I pushed myself outside my comfort zone. Literally 2 years later, I landed a job at just one more better firm. It's the only one that's better than that firm ever. Nobody thought I would get it in my class, not even my professor. They laughed at me for getting the interview. But what I did was took that pushing myself out of my comfort zone on the last interview sophomore year, used that knowledge to kill the next interview. The next tip I want to share, and this is similar to saying yes to everything, is try to join a club. There are so many clubs on campus that you can join, some that are building rockets, some that are getting into art, some that are about wine tasting. Yes, wine tasting. If you can try to find those clubs, you're going to open up your realm of opportunities to so many things. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but what I'm trying to say is I remember my first club event I went to. I had no idea what I was signing myself up for. It kind of seemed like a waste of time, I'm not gonna lie, but stick with me. I found that there's a whole new industry forming that led me to making more connections at a tech industry a few years later, and them being blown away at the things I've heard. These little clubs might seem like a waste of time at first, but when you start to be in the working world, it's gonna really be valuable to have those connections that you've built up. When I was in the interview for every single job I had, they mentioned the clubs that I was a part of, and those actually do get you a little bit of a head start when you're in the entry level positions. Lastly, this quick tip is have fun. There's gonna be ups, there's gonna be downs, there's gonna be a lot of different things that happen to you that aren't gonna go your way. For example, I failed physics, but then a year later, I aced physics, and it just goes to show, like, I just needed a little extra time, and that's okay. So when you fail classes, when you fail tests, when you get sick, when you get injured, know that there are ups and downs through college the whole step of the way. If you can find a way to rest during those lows and then really ride those high highs, that's one of the biggest things I wish someone told me, was just kind of ride the waves of college. There's a lot of different routes, there's a lot of different ways to go about it. And if you just find your wave that you want to ride with your surfboard, you're gonna win. So I hope some of these tips helped you. Let me know if you want to make more videos about tips for college, tips for architecture school, tips for recent grads, whatever you want to hear. I'm open to them in the comments below. Appreciate you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.